Definitely too cold for kayaking, but the perfect temperature for sweet glides. You might remember there was a previous video that I couldn't walk even a foot out there. Well, we've had -10 and colder temperatures for the last several days, so it's quite frozen over now. I haven't been able to do as much vlogging recently because this month I'm going to be traveling quite a bit for work. I'll only be home for about 11 days, so I've had to spend the time I've had getting ahead so I can have work and videos to release for my other channel, Watch It Played, while I'm gone. But I do hope to bring my camera with me to record some footage so I can do some vlogging while I'm away and share that with you. Probably when I get back. I don't think I'll be able to edit from the road, but we'll see. One thing I definitely won't be able to do while I'm gone is go glide on the ice of my river. So I had to do that at least once before I went. Do you see what's going on out there? See on the ground, just below where we have the bird feeder? Now, I don't want to be dramatic, but actually that's not true. I do want to be dramatic. 1 second. As you can see, I've properly marked the crime scene for forensics later. I don't want to tamper with the evidence, but if you look here, yeah, as I suspected, this suet container has been pried open. This is not something a simple bird could do. This is something more devious and more dangerous. And I don't know who or what did this, and frankly, I don't have the time or the resources to find out, so I'm just gonna refill this and put it back on the tree. You know, there's actually kind of a important life lesson in that, I think, in a way, because when I was younger, I was much more concerned with solving the mysteries and having the answers to questions like, which is the right religion, which is the right philosophy, which is the right just anything, way to behave, which are the right friends to have, what do I need to know, what do I not need to know, do I understand my own self, what motivates me, and so on. And certainly, there's value in study and learning. But sometimes you just have to let the mystery be, because there aren't answers, not ones that you can be completely and 100% certain of. Sometimes just being confident is about the best we can achieve, I think, as humans. Of course, to be clear, that's not what we're dealing with here. This is not really a mystery. It's a squirrel. A squirrel did this. Yeah. So I had a recommendation from my cousin, who you saw in the last vlog, and from many of you actually who are watching, that I should put out one of these suet feeders to attract some other types of birds. And the bird I'm most interested in attracting to the feeder is my favorite bird, blue jay. And this morning, for the first time, I saw one for just a brief second. Now, this was basically empty because of that foul squirrel, but I'm hoping now maybe I can attract some blue jays to a fresh new feeder. We'll see. You might remember in a previous vlog, I talked about how it's impossible to pack the right amount of clothing for a trip. You either pack too much or you pack too little. And if that was true before, it is really true now. I'm trying to pack here today, and this trip is for 16 days. I've never traveled for 16 days in one stint. I'm going to 2 different climates. I'm going to be in one area, which is going to be particularly cold, and another, which is particularly warm. How do you pack for that? Actually, let me show you where I'm going. I have a map over here on our wall, and this is me right here in Prince Edward Island, and I'm going to be flying from here tomorrow, at the time of this recording anyway, over to Montreal, where I'm getting a connecting flight, and then I'm going back this way, too far, right over here to
Leeds, and I'm going to Aircon. It's a convention in the UK. I was there last year. I'm really excited to be going back there as a guest. And so then after that, I'm going to be there for about 6 or 7 days. Then I'm flying over here to Reno. Where are you, Reno? There you are. I'm going to Reno for a trade show there called Gamma. And I'll be working with Board Game Geek, recording some videos for about, again, another, I think, 5 or 6 days. And then I'm driving with my friend Lincoln from Board Game Geek. We're going to go down here to Los Angeles where he lives. We're going to be recording a few more episodes for the Board Game Geek channel. And then I'm going to be flying back home, and I'll be there for like 5 or 6 days, I think it is. And then I've got to actually get back on a plane, and I'm flying over to Los Angeles again. And I'll be there for a couple of days and then driving down to San Diego. But one trip at a time and one packing challenge at a time. And hopefully I've risen to the challenge of this trip. I'll find out soon enough when I'm in Leeds wearing shorts and a t-shirt in the freezing temperatures thinking, wait, I didn't pack any pants? That view, I'm gonna miss the river and the geese and the wildlife. Do you know how many times that has happened? Too many times. I always knock this shovel over as I'm leaving the door. You'd think I'd move it, but I don't. I will say, I do enjoy the travel. I don't like leaving home, and I don't like leaving my family behind, but I spend a lot of my time staring at a screen, whether it's a computer screen or a video camera monitor, or just in my basement shooting videos or reading rule books. And the travel is a nice way to break that work up. Although generally on these trips, my time is taken up with other work. It's a different kind of work. And that variety, I feel pretty fortunate to be able to have that as a part of my work. Oh, there's some geese and some ducks. I'm gonna miss this. I am going to miss this though. I wonder, you know, when you see the geese flying together or the ducks like swimming together in a little pack over there, how long do they stay together? Are they always together? Do they stay in the same clump for a long period of time? I can't imagine that they're all family. There must be some like just friends in groups kind of clumped up together. Do geese make friends? I don't know. It does make me think though about how important, you know, your friends and your family is. I was saying this to Christy last night, you know, talking about kind of the journey we've been on together throughout our lives and just with my particularly bizarre work career that I've had, because I certainly never expected that I would be shooting video full time about board games for a living. And the only reason I've been able to do that is because she supported it, financially and emotionally, and I didn't know if it would work out or not, but she had confidence in me, and she gave me the support and effectively the freedom to pursue it. Because at any point in time, she could have came to me and said, you know, Rod, we kind of need to make a little more money. You know, we have kids, we got a future to plan for. This is kind of cute what you're doing, but I think you need to knock it off and, you know, go out there and earn something a little more substantial, because in the early days, you know, there wasn't any real money in what I was doing. But I think she believed in what I was doing and the potential of it and wanted to see if I could make it work. And I will always be eternally grateful to her for that. That was a real gift that she gave me, honestly. And, you know, I probably never feel it more so than when I do leave for a period of time, because at a certain point towards the end of any trip, I start getting real antsy to come home and be with my family again. That group that travels with me, like those geese travel together, whatever journey they're on. So I guess maybe that's something that we share with the birds, or maybe this theory is for the birds. I don't know, but I guess that was on my mind. All right, you know what? There, fixed. I only have a couple of boxes here, but I thought maybe we should open them together on the vlog, because I believe they contain a couple of things that I want to take with me on my trip. Let's see if I'm right. We'll start with this big box. And yes, I was right. So this is one of the things I was expecting. It's a book. And, you know, it's not particularly
big book compared to the size of the box that it came in. That seems a little bit excessive. Anyway, this is a book that I was really looking forward to receiving. It's called For the Love of Board Games. It's by Aaron Dean. And before this was published, Aaron wrote to me and said, hey, Rodney, would you mind writing the foreword to this book? And yeah, there it is. That's the foreword that I wrote. And it's been so long since I wrote it, I don't remember what I said. So, Aaron, first of all, I just want to thank you, if you're watching this, for inviting me to write the foreword to your book. And so this book is a collection of interviews and stories that Aaron collected from a variety of different game designers, tabletop game designers that she collected here. So if this is something you'd be interested in checking out, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description of this video so you can figure out where to order one from. But yeah, I look forward to taking this with me on the trip and reading some of these interviews. Oh, and it came with this little bookmark as well. All right, so here's the second package. Let's take a look. All right, now this I've been waiting on for a while. This is called You Are Your Own Gym. I don't really know anything about this book except that a friend of mine, Rob Oren, who's like, this is a big dude. All right, he's got muscles on muscles on muscles. And he also does board game related videos. And he recommended this book to me because I met him in the gym at one of these conventions and he saw me running and lifting some weights, and he said, you know, Rodney, I have a couple of tips for you. And he was very generous about it. You know, he just said, like, if you'd like to know a couple of things, I can show you a couple of things. And he did. He showed me a couple of really effective things when I was working out. And he said, I got this really great book, Rodney. It really changed kind of his life in terms of how he views exercise and health. And he said, I want to send it to you. What a generous guy. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for sending this along to me. I look forward to reading this and uncovering these secrets that you discovered. I mean, the size of this package makes sense. I don't know what's going on here. That was weird.
But there was 5. There's one up there too, over there.
I don't see him. Oh, there's one in the feeder.
Yeah.
Oh, and on the ground
there's
too.
A bunch. Yeah. This is squirrels.
And squirrels.
Yeah, but there was a bunch.
We did get blue jays.
That's right.